शांति शांति शांति। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु। तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओमित्येतदक्षरमुद्गीतमुपासीत ओमिति ह्युद्गायते तस्योपव्याख्यानम्। Read the passage 269. इमा सौम्यनद्यः पुरस्तात् प्राच्यस्यन्दन्ते पश्चात् प्रतीच्यः ताः समुद्रात् समुद्रमेवापयन्ते ते समुद्र एव भवति ता यथा तत्र न विदुः इयमहमस्मीति एवमेव खलु सौम्य इमाः सर्वाः प्रजाः सतः आगम्य न विदुः सत आगच्छामहे इति तेह व्याघ्रो वा सिंहो वा वृको वा वराहो वा कीटो वा पतंगो वा दंशो वा मशको वा यद्यद्भवन्ति तदा भवन्ति स एषोणिमा ऐतदात्मविदं सर्वं तत्सत्यं स आत्मा तत्त्वमसि श्वेतकेतो इति भूय एव मा भगवान् विज्ञापयत्विति तथा सौम्येति होवाच. So, the previous question was that even though all the jivas, the living beings, emerge from Sat or existence when they wake up from deep sleep, how come they do not know that we have woken up from Sat? So Bhashyakara said, Yasmat Sati Sampadya Naviduhu, because when they were merged in Sat in the state of deep sleep, Naviduhu, at that time they did not know. Sati Sampadya Naviduhu, that time they did not know that we have merged in Sat. Tasmat Sata Agamya Naviduhu. Therefore, even when they emerge from Sat, they do not know that we have emerged from Sat. Iti. Then, next question. Drishtam loke, on the page 270, Jale Vijitaranga Phena Budbudade Utthitaha. In our day-to-day life, Jale in water, Vichi Taranga Phena Budbudadeha. All these different modifications of water, like a ripple, like a wave, like foam, like bubble. Utthitaha punah tad bhavam gataha virashtaha iti. So all these ripple, bubble, etc., all of them emerge from water. And then punah tad bhavam gataha, again they merge back into water, vinashtaha iti. And so they become water again, meaning that they get destroyed. Jivastu tat karanam anubhavam prapya anubhavam pratyaham gachantopi. Whereas the jivas, every night and after death and in pralaya, attain anubhavam, their state of swarupa of being the subtle essence, meaning sat or existence. Pratyaham gacchatopi sushupte marana pralayoscha na vinashyanti. So the ripple, wave, etc., which have emerged from water, when they merge into water, they get destroyed. But then jiva, who has emerged from sat, when it merges back into sat in the deep sleep state, in the mind at the time of death, in the pralaya of the dissolution, the jiva does not get destroyed. Ityetat bhuyema bhagavan vijñāpayatu. So, the question is, how come jiva does not get destroyed? That's how the question should be. Because vinashtaha iti, the ripple, the wave, etc., they all get destroyed when they merge back into water. Whereas the jiva in the state of deep sleep merges into sat or existence and still emerges as a jiva, therefore he does not get destroyed. So what's the reason? I guess that would be the question. But the interpretation is that this is a question about the death. How come jiva dies, So, Sedana jiva vinasham shankamanasya pratibodhanartham uttaravakyam. Jiva vinasham shankamanasya. One who is doubting the vinasha, the destruction of jiva, for that person is the following, as a reply is the following passage. Or as the other Tikakara said, Yadyapi pravesha vakyat avinashi sat abhedena avinashitvam gamyate. Even though pravesha vakya anena jivena atmana anupravishya. So Sat or existence of Brahman or Ishvara or Bhagavan said that I will enter these three elements or five elements as their very self and bring very well to manifestation the names and forms. Meaning that the one who is entered, call it three elements, call it five elements, call it the body-mind complex made of five elements. Meaning the one who has entered here is Sat or existence which is avinashi, indestructible, immortal. So question of how come he dies should not arise really. Tathapi mruto devadatta iti vyavaharat. But still people always say Devadatta died and Yajnadatta died. Tasya akshepaha dehatmavadina kriyate. So dehatmavadi, a person who takes a deha as the atma, the body as a self. He says, why should people say Devadatta died if he did not die? So the laukika anubhava is the pramana, prasiddhi. Prasiddhi is that it is commonly understood by people that a person dies. If he did not die, why should they say he dies? So since people say that Devadatta died, means that at the time of death the jiva dies. Deha atmavadina kriyate. A person like that may raise a question. In the following passages, they answer that the jiva does not die when the body dies. Says the Tika, Vrukshasya ekarupena vidyamanatvepi jivasya satve asatve cha. Look at the tree now. Next example is the example of a big tree which will be standing in front of this, the teacher and the disciple. So pointing out that tree. So how to determine whether that tree is alive or not? Tree could be very well standing and still it could be dead, or it could be standing and could be alive. So how do we determine whether the tree is alive or not? Whether there is life in the tree or not? So next passage says, we strike with an axe. Then if the tree is alive, it will start exuding the sap. The juice of the sap will come out from the tree when the tree is alive. So, rasa srava. At the same time, by the same token, if the tree is dead, even if you strike the tree, no rasa or no sap will come out. So, rasa shoshabhyam. So, this is the way you determine whether the tree is alive or not. Rasa srava, rasa shosha. Whether there is the exudance of the rasa or the sap, or the sap is dried up. That becomes the criterion to determine whether the tree is alive or dead. Tabhyam vruksha vyatiriktam jivam sadhayitum. From their experiment, the teacher wants to establish that there is a jiva in this tree, which is vruksha vyatirikta. The jiva is separate from the tree, the body of the tree. So what you see is the body, physical body of the tree. That there is a jiva in the tree who is different from the tree. That as long as the jiva is there, so long the tree is alive, and when the jiva departs, the tree is dead. By Anvaya Vyatireka, it is established that there is a jiva who is separate from and independent of the tree. Sadhayitum jiva sadbhavam रस सद्भावे दर्शयति. So, or jiva sadbhave, rasa sadbhavam, that's either way. When jiva is there, rasa is there. When rasa is there, jiva is there. Asya ityadina. So the next passage says, or Bhashyakara says, so jivasya nash abhavam vaktum adau drishtantamaha. Anandagiri said that to say that jiva does not die, first, the drishtanta is given by the teacher Shrunuyate. So Bhashyakara says, Shrunu drishtantamasya. Hey Shvetaketu, with reference to this, may you listen to this illustration. Then the next passage says, Asya saumya mahato vrukshasya yo mule abhyahanyad जीवन स्रवेत यो मध्ये अभ्याहन्याद जीवन स्रवेत यो अग्रे अभ्याहन्याद जीवन स्रवेत स एष जीवेन आत्मना अनुप्रभूतः पेपीयमानः मोदमानस्तिष्ठते. Asya somya mahato vrukshasya. Asya means of this mahato vrukshasya, of this big tree which is standing in front. Yo mule abhyahanyat. If someone strikes at the root of this tree, just one stroke. One makes one stroke at the root of the tree with a weapon like an axe. Jivan Srave, you find that the tree exudes the juice of the sap and the tree is living, continues to live. Tree continues to live in spite of one strike. Doesn't die. If you keep on striking at that place, ultimately the tree will die, but just one stroke doesn't die. Yo madhya abhyahanyat. Then suppose now that fellow strikes at the middle of the tree, just one stroke, and the tree continues to live, jivan sravet, and then it exudes the juice. Yo agre abhyahanyat. Someone happens to strike at the top of the tree, jivan sravet, the tree continues to live, and the sign is it exudes the juice. So that bringing out the juice, exuding the juice is the sign that the tree is alive. The tree is alive. There is jiva in the tree. So Sesha Jivena Atma Anuprabhutaha. That this tree is very well pervaded by Jivena Atmana, by Jivatma. This tree is very well pervaded by. Therefore, Pepiyamana, the tree drinks very well. Tree stands there drinking the various juices from its root, from the earth. It keeps on drawing its juices and food from the earth. Modamana is very happy. See, the tree is prospering. You can see that the tree is very happy. Modamana, rejoicing, tishtati, it remains there. So this is the illustration of a living tree. The tree is living because it is pervaded by Jivatma. Says Bhashyakara, हे सौम्य महतः अनेक शाखादियुक्तस्य वृक्षस्य अस्य इति अग्रतस्थितं वृक्षं दर्शयन् आह. हे सौम्य, a good looking one, अस्य महतो वृक्षस्य अस्य इति अग्रतः स्थितं वृक्षं दर्शयन्. When the teacher says this tree, meaning it is a tree that is evident to them, standing in front of them. So pointing to a tree that is standing in front of them, for that the pronoun asya is used. Asya means that which is here, evident. Mahato vrukshasya, the tree also is a very big tree. In what way? Aneka shakhadiyuktasya, the tree is possessed of many branches, etc., and is a huge, large tree. Then only it can sustain one stroke, otherwise a small thing may die even one stroke. Tree is not big, its stem is still thin, then one stroke also may destroy the tree. But here is the illustration of a tree which is very large. Therefore, its stem also is very large. That being the case, one stroke will not kill that tree. So, Mahato Vrukshasya. Says Bhashyakara further, Yadi yah kaschita asya mule abhyahanyat parashvadina sakritghatamatrena न शुष्यते जीवन्नेव भवते तदा तस्य रसस्रवेत्. And if यह कश्चित्, so you अभ्याहन्यात्, yeah, whoever is, somebody, यह कश्चित् अस्य मूले अभ्याहन्यात्, if someone strikes at the root of this tree, how? Parashvadina, parashvadina, by an axe, etc., somebody strikes at the root of the tree. Says the Tika here in the line 27, Jivamschet sravediti evam anvaye vaktavye. Okay, let us complete that sentence. So, Asparasvadina, Sakrudghat matra na shushyate. Sakrudghat, simply by one stroke, the tree does not dry up. Iti jivan neva bhavati, continues to remain alive. How do you know? Tada tasya rasa sravet. Because the tree is alive and because one stroke has been, now it has been struck once. Therefore, the juice, sap or the sap exudes from the tree. To this the Tikakara says, Jivamschet rasasravet iti evam anvaya vaktavye. So Jivan Sravet. If Jivan Sravet means what? Jivam Shed Rasas Sravet. If after that strike or a stroke, if the tree is still alive, then it will exude the juice. Iti Vaktavya, Anvaya Vaktavya. If that is Anvaya of the prose order, Rasasya Bhahisfutam Pratiti Abhavat. See, the Tikakara says that if the teacher said that if the tree is alive, you can see the juice coming out of that, sap coming out of that. But we don't find. Just because the tree is alive does not mean that the sap exudes from the tree. No. Rasasya bhaisfutam pratiti abhavat. Even in a live tree, we do not find the rasa or the sap emerging or exuding from the tree. Tat sadbhava pratipatyartham abhyahananena bahisrava uktaha. Therefore, that the tree is alive and therefore exuding juice, to demonstrate that, the teacher said, if someone strikes the tree, then only the sap will be exuding, neither not otherwise. Tas sadbhava pratipatyartham abhyahanena bahisrava ukta, that there is sap in the tree. That sap is like the blood. The sap circulates in the tree. It's alive. So as long as the sap is, you know that the tree is alive. So that the tree is alive is determined by the presence of the sap. You don't, when a tree is standing, you do not see the sap. So how do you know that there is sap in the tree? Therefore, the teacher said, if one should make a stroke, one should strike the tree with a weapon, then the juice of the sap will come out, will flow. Tasadbhava pratipatyartham, that there is sap in the tree for establishing the existence of sap in the tree. Abhyahanena bahisrava uktaha. Therefore, the external flow of the sap is here shown by abhyahanena, by a stroke with a weapon. Atyanta abhyahanane jiva vishlesha apatte. If too many strokes are given, then the tree will die then and jiva will depart. Therefore, you may then jive sati rasahitanvaya na siddhet. Second thing the teacher wants to establish that jivan sravet, jive sati rasasravet. The tree will exude the sap as long as jivatma is in there. So when the sap flows out of the tree, you know that the tree is alive. When can the tree be alive? When the jivatma is present in the tree. So, see why one stroke, the Tikakara says that, number one, that one stroke by a weapon such as an axe is told here in order to demonstrate that there is sap in this tree, because normally we don't see the sap, but when the tree is struck with a sharp weapon, then the sap flows out. Further, only one stroke is said, not many strokes, because by many strokes the tree may die. So here the teacher wants to anvaya the coexistence of the jiva and the sap. The sap is there, therefore jiva is there. So jive sati rasahitanvaya na siddhet. The sap is there, therefore jiva is there, and jiva is there, then only sap is there. Tadarthama jiva is not there, sap will not be, or sap is not there, jiva is not. Anvaya and Vyatireka. So this passage shows Anvaya. Next passage will show Vyatireka. That's why Anvaya Vyatireka. So Vashya is Sakrit Ghata Matrena Na Shushyati. The tree does not dry up merely by one stroke. But just because the sap starts flowing when you strike at the root, doesn't mean the sap is everywhere. Therefore, asya arthasya dharadhyartham yo madhye ityadi yuktam. That there is sap everywhere in the tree. For making that understanding firm, the teacher said, yo madhye abhyahanyat, should one strike in the middle, then also the sap will flow. Should one strike at the top, then also the sap will flow. That there is sap everywhere in the tree. That the tree is alive because there is jiva in the tree. So jiva sati rasa iti. When jiva is there, then the sap is there. That is the anvaya. Okay, now continuing the Bhashya. Tatha yo madhye abhyahanyat जीवन श्रवेत तथा यह अग्रे अभ्याहन्यात् जीवन श्रवेत स एष वृक्षः इदानीं जीवेन आत्मना अनुप्रभूतः अनुव्याप्तः पेपीयमानः अत्यर्थं पिबन् उदकं भौमांश्च रसान् मूलैः गृह्णन् मोदमानः हर्षं प्राप्नुवंस्तिष्ठते. Similarly, yo madhya abhyahanyat, if someone should strike the tree in the middle, jivan neva sraved. So here also, jivan shed sraved. When you strike in the middle, the tree is alive, then the sap will flow. Tathayo agre abhyahanyat. Similarly, if someone should strike at the top, jivan sravet, if the tree is alive, then the sap will flow. So esha vriksha. So this vriksha is alive. The jivatma is there. The vriksha is there. How do you say? It's happy. You can say it is prospering. It is happy. How is it happy? It's getting a lot of food. What kind of food? Water and all kinds of minerals it is getting from the earth. So, Esha Vriksha Idanim Jivena Atmana Anuprabhutaha Vyaptaha. So, the sap is flowing, that shows that this tree is very well pervaded by the Jivatma. And so what happens? Pepiyamana means what? Atyartham piban. Pepiyamanam, drinking abundantly. This tree is abundantly drinking. So padapaha, they drink from the roots, The trees are called padapaha. They drink from the roots. Atyartham piban is abundantly drinking what? Udakam drinks water, and then bhaumam charasan, and all the rasas or juices from the earth, all the nourishment from the earth, it is sucking, and it is also drinking water from its root. Mulaihi grunnan, it is sucking through the root. Or says Tika Mulai Piban Nitanvaya Pepiyamana, from the roots the tree is abundantly drinking water and the various minerals from the earth. Modamana, you can see the tree is happy. Its branches are spreading out, the trees are shaking in the wind and in the breeze, and you can see the tree is alive, happy. Modama, because tree is alive. Modamana tishtati, rejoicing, the tree is standing there. This is the Anvaya. That when the rasa is there, the jiva is there, the tree is alive. We had to read one footnote on the page 270. We'll come to that later. But anyway, just let us go to Sata Agamena Vidutu Sata Agachamaheti. They do not know coming from Sat, they do not know that we are coming from Sat. Atra Sutram, there is a sutra. Saevatu Karma Anusmriti Shabda Vidibhyaheti. So, Saevatu, the same fellow wakes up after sleep. Same fellow is born after death. Same fellow wakes up after pralaya. Sayevatu. Not somebody else. Why? Karma, anu, smriti, shabda, vidibhya iti. Sat sampatte प्रबुद्धिमान किम ये एव सत्संपन्न सैव प्रतिबुध्यते उतवा अन्यवा. So he said, ते व्याघ्रो वा सिंहो वा वृको वा वराहो वा whatever यद्यद् भवति तत् आभव यद्यद् भवन्ति तत् आभवन्ति, whatever they were before sleep or before pralaya, that's what they become after sleep or pralaya. After sleep anyway, pralaya we don't know, but after sleep. किम सत्संपत्ते प्रबुद्ध्यमाना किम येव सत्संपन्ना सैव प्रतिबुध्यते. Question is, the one who merged into Sat in the deep sleep state, does the same Jivatma wake up? Uta sava anyo vaiti, or the one who wakes up is different from the one who went to sleep. What's the situation? Iti vichare aniyamaha. Purupakshi says, aniyamaha, there is no rule that from the sleep, the same Jivatma should wake up. Why? Jalarasau prakshipta jalabinduvata. Suppose you put a drop in the water. Now you take a drop from the water. There is no rule that the same drop will be taken, So it's a container of water. You pour some water and take some water. There is no rule that the same water will come. It may have aniyamaha. Similarly, this Jivatma goes into Sat, which is a big ocean. As though it dives in the ocean. So what's the guarantee that when he comes out, same fellow comes out? There is no rule. Iti prapte brumaha. So when that Purupaksha is there, then Siddhanta says, Saiva punah Saiva means what? Saiva punah uttishtati. Same Jivatma again rises from the sleep. Karma shesha anusthana darshanat. Karma shesha anusthana darshanat. So you find that if the fellow is writing a letter, sometimes letter is so long that he could not complete the letter. So he went to sleep in between. The letter is incomplete and this fellow went to sleep. Then, so, can you smell aave છે? આને તો સલામત છે. Karmashesh anusthana darshanat, that he completes whatever task he had commenced the previous night, he completes his letter, or whatever thing was incomplete, that task he completes, not some other task. He doesn't start writing a different letter, same letter he completes. That is the same fellow. Ya evaham purvesan smruti, ya evaham Purvedyu anubhutavan saeva idanim smarami. He also has memory that yesterday I experienced this, I saw this person, I see him again. So there is a recognition, so memory is there. Or one who saw yesterday is the one who is thinking now. Iti anusmrute. So karma Anusmriti Shabda Shabdascha Punah Pratinyayam Pratiyoni Adravati Bruhadarnika. Same passage that he goes to sleep, same passage he comes out. Vidhi Karma Vidhi Vyascha Suptamatrasya Mokshe Karma Vidhinam Vayarthyapatte. If whoever goes to sleep becomes liberated, then what's the need of do's and don'ts? Don't do this and don't do that. Without that, if you are getting liberated just by going to sleep, then what's the need of any sadhana? The fact that Shastra says do this and don't do this means the same fellow wakes up. So, here, so Vyagrova, Simhova, Vrukova, same fellow wakes up. That is the idea. Okay. Now here we go to the next passage, next page. Say the tika, jive sati rasaheti anvaya muktva vyatirekam aha. When jiva is there is rasa in the tree. When jiva is not there, rasa is not there. When rasa is not there, sap is not there, tree dries up. So you can see dried up tree completely dry. There is nothing in there. So now if you even put a cut there, nothing comes out. That shows that jiva is not there. So jiva sati rasaha. As long as jiva is there in the tree, so long the sap is there. That is the anvaya. When jiva is not there, the sap is not there. Vyatireka. So vyatireka tasyasya. So let us read the next passage. Asya yadekam shakham jivo jahate athasa shusyate dvitiyam jahate athasa shusyate trutiyam jahate athasa shusyate sarvam jahate sarvashusyate. Asya yad or yada ekam shakham jivo jahati. Of this tree, if the jiva jahati gives up, abandons one shakha, suppose jiva gives up or abandons one branch, atasa sushyati, then that branch dries up. When the jiva goes away, there is no more rasa. When rasa is no more, then it dries up. Dvitiyam jahati atasa sushyati. If the jiva leaves another branch, that branch also dries up. Trutiyam jahati atasa sushyati. If the jiva leaves or departs from the third branch, then that branch also dries up. Sarvam jahati sarvam sushyati. If the jiva departs from the whole tree, then the whole tree dries up. So when the jiva is not there, the rasa or the sap is not there, then the tree dies because it gets dried up. So this is Vyatireka. So says Bhashyakara, tasyasya yadekam shakham rogagrastam ahatam va jivo jahate upasamharate shakhayam viprasutam atmamsham atha sa shusyate. Tada tasyasya vrukshasya ekam shakham jiva jahate. If of this tree, which is right now standing there, prospering, drinking, rejoicing, of that big tree, if the jiva discards or abandons one branch, why would he do that? Rogagrastam, for some reason that branch has been afflicted by some disease happens. So many things are there in nature. So many insects are there, so many bacteria are there, so many destructive forces are there. Nature is amazing. So many creative forces are there. As soon as you sow a plant seed, this sprout comes out, creation of a whole tree which is so much prospering. In 3 days you find it is dried up. There may be termite, there may be any kind of things that can come. Or the flowers and all of them wither away because of the insects, because of also the bacterial disease. So just as human being suffers from disease, the tree also can suffer from disease. If one of the branches now is inflicted by a disease, rogagrastam, ahatam va, or some idiotic person has injured it. That people do because they want it. So human being can do anything. He wants some wood, some firewood, and just put a stroke. Slowly that branch, because all its arteries are cut, it cannot get the sap, so that branch will dry. So ahatam va, when it is injured. For any one of these reasons, it is possible that a branch of a tree may dry up. When the jiva withdraws from that branch, jiva jahati upasamharati shakhayam viprasudam atmamsham. So when the jiva withdraws, it's atmamsham. Understand that the jiva is pervading the entire tree. So jiva merely withdraws one part of itself which is pervading in that branch. Then that branch dries up. Viprasudam atmamsham, pervading one part of oneself, pervading that particular branch. If the jiva withdraws from that, atasa shushyati, then that branch dries up. Says Anandagiri, nanu rogagrastayam vatobhatayam va shakhayam pranopasamharebi kuto jivopasamhara sambhavati. So now there is jivatma, then there is prana. There is the upadhi, of which prana is one part. So suppose one branch gets afflicted by a disease, rogagrastayam, vatobhatayam va, or upset, the branch also has contracted some disease. Shakhayam, pranopasamhare, all right, from that shakha, the prana is withdrawn. But how do you say the jiva is withdrawn? Kuta jivopasamhara sambhavati. So how do you come to the conclusion that the jiva is not there, prana is not there? How do the jiva is not there? Tatraha vagiti. So here Narendra Puri says Rujaha, Rogena Grastaha, Rugrastaha. So Rogagrastaha or Rugrastaha could be another reading. Rug also means Roga. So Rogena Rugrastaha. So Vashyakara says Vang Manah Prana Karana Grama Anupravishto hi Jivaha Iti Tadupasamhare upasamhriyate. See, jiva needs the place to live, you know. The jiva, when he enters his body, needs his abode. So what is jiva's abode? The subtle body. Not the gross body. The gross body is the abode of the subtle body, and subtle body is the abode of the jiva. Therefore, at the time of death, the subtle body along with jiva departs from this gross body and goes to another body. So, now if the abode is not there, jiva cannot be. So says, Vang manah prana karana gram anupravishto hi jiva. When jiva has entered here, what has it entered? This karana grama, this group of all the karana, or all the instruments, or all the organs, I should say. The jiva has entered this upadhi, the group of all the organs. What are they? Vang, the speech, manah, the mind, prana, the life breath. So all of these form one sanghata called subtle body. And that is where the jiva has entered. So even though it is said that the jiva has entered this body, really jiva enters the subtle body. And subtle body has its abode in the gross body. So that way jiva also has abode in gross body, but primarily jiva has its abode in the subtle body. And subtle body consists of the organ of speech and the mind and the prana and all these organs. Tat upasamhara. Therefore, in the subtle body, prana departs. If the prana departs from a branch, then prana is the abode of jiva. Therefore, jiva also will depart. Tat upasamhare upasamhriyate. So, if the prana has withdrawn from that branch, then jiva, whose abode is prana, will also withdraw. Therefore, prana upasamhare jiva upasamhara. Therefore, when the prana is withdrawn, the jiva also is withdrawn. So that is what the answer is to Anandagiri. Then Anandagiri says, Nanu vrukshe jivasya sadbhave tatra upasamhara anupasamharo vaktavyo tatra tasya sattvam tu kutastyam ityaha ataha. Anandagiri asks this question, Nanu vrukshe jivasya sadbhave. What all you say, that as long as the jivatma is there, so long the tree is alive. When the jivatma departs, then the tree becomes dead. But that is, you taken for granted that there is jivatma in tree, you know. Jivasya sadbhave sati. First of all, you have to establish that there is jiva in this tree. Tatha sati tatra upasamhara anupasamharo vaktavyo. So withdrawal of jiva or non-withdrawal has a question when jiva is there in the first place. You say when you withdraw money, but money should be there, you know. When you withdraw the money from the bank account, then this happens. When you deposit money, then that happens. But where is the money? You can withdraw the money provided there is money in the bank account. Similarly, jiva can withdraw itself from the tree provided jiva is there in the first place. Tatra tasya sattvam tu kutastyam. So, how do you say that? How the jiva is there in the first place? So, jivena iti. Or the other tika says, Nanu rasasrava rasashoshabhyam अन्वय व्यतिरेकाभ्याम अतिरिक्त जीवो न सिद्ध्यति. Same thing. तेन विनापि, another way it is said, तेन विनापि अशिरपीत भावाभ्याम एव तयो संभवजा संज्ञाः. ननु रसस्राव रसशोषाभ्याम अन्वय व्यतिरेकाभ्याम. Say you want to prove that there is jiva in this tree. Rasasrava, as long as the sap flows from the tree, then you say that there is jiva in there. Rasa shosha, when all the sap has dried up in the tree, then you say that there is no jiva. So jiva is there, rasa is there, jiva is not there, rasa is not there. Iti anvaya vyatirikabhyam atirikta jiva. That way you would establish that there is a jiva other than the tree. That's the whole idea. The whole discussion is to establish that there is a jiva in the tree who is other than the tree. So says, look, the jiva is there, then the rasa is there, jiva is not there, rasa is not there. So the tree is there, but jiva is not there. Therefore, jiva is different from tree. This is what you want to establish. But here it says that tena vinapi ashita pita bhavabhyam tayo sambhavat. Says the sap can flow. If the tree is eating and drinking, then all sap can flow. The tree stops eating and drinking, then all the sap will not flow. So sap flowing need not be the criterion for the presence of jiva. The sap flows from the tree. It can be because the tree is eating and drinking well, therefore the sap flows. So even if jiva is not there, so the flowing of the sap establishes that the tree is eating and drinking, but does not necessarily establish that there is a jiva in the tree. Because as long as tree is eating and drinking, the blood, the sap is there, it will flow. When it stops eating and drinking, there is no sap. Therefore, the Anvaya Vyatirika can also apply to the presence and absence of Ashita Pita, the food and drink, and not necessarily the presence or absence of jiva. The question. Iti asankyaha jivena iti. So both ways. Anandi said on how do you say that there is jiva in the first place? The Anvaya Vyatirika comes question provided the presence of jiva is first established. And this Tikakara says, how do you say that is because of jiva that the juice is flowing, due to food and drink it is flowing. Therefore Bhashyaka jivena iti. Jivena cha pranayuktena ashitam pitam cha rasatam gatam jivashariram vruksham vardhayata rasarupena jivasya sadbhave lingam bhavate. Bhashyakara says, Jivasya sadbhave lingam bhavati. Lingam is an evidence. Jivasya sadbhave. This is an evidence of the existence of jiva in the tree. Not of just eating and drinking, but of jiva. Why? Jivena cha pranayuktena ashitam pitam cha. When can the tree drink or eat? Only when jiva is there, that the tree can eat and drink, not otherwise. If jiva is left, the tree can no more eat or drink. So jivena cha pranayuktena, when jiva along with the prana is there in the tree, ashidam pitam cha rasatam gatam, then whatever the tree eats and drinks gets transformed into rasa or sap in this case. In our case, rasa is a child, they call it, CHYL, child. In case of the tree, the rasa is a sap or child, whatever you call it. Meaning that the rasa is formed from what you eat and drink, but that formation will happen only if jiva is there. In a dead person, if you put the food and drink, nothing will happen. No transformation will happen into rasa. That will happen only if the person is alive, only if jiva is there. Rasatam gadam jiva shariram vruksham vardayat rasarupena vardayat. So jiva shariram, that sharira which is alive, which is vruksham, rasarupena vardayat. Only when jiva is there, then only as a sap it nourishes the tree. Jivasya sadbhave lingam bhavati. That there is a sap is because the tree eats and drinks. But the food and water can be transformed into sap provided the jiva is there, not otherwise. Otherwise the person need not die, if you can feed a dead person, then also it will continue, it doesn't. That's what the Tikakara says. Mruta sharire ashita pitabhyam rasa aparinamat. Mruta sharire, when the body is dead, ashita pitabhyam, then what is eaten and drunk, rasa aparinamat, does not get transformed into rasa. Jive sativa rasa parinama iti tat siddhi. Therefore, even the ashita and pita, the food and drink also gets transformed in rasa, provided jiva is there. So that rasa is there. Means the food and drink have transformed into rasa. That shows that jiva is there. But without jiva, the transformation will not take place. See tika, tat apanena ajigrukshata tat avayata saesha annasya graha. Saesha annasya graha. Iti shrutehe apana vritmat pranayuktasya ashitritvam iti abhipretya pranayuktena iti uktam pranayuktena ashitam. Jivatma also should be there and prana also should be there. Then only the food and water will get transformed into rasa. Jivatma is there, but prana is not functioning. Then whatever eat and drink, they just go out. Nothing happens to the body, Meaning that the food and water cannot nourish the body unless they get transformed as a rasa. And that requires prana. And that requires jiva. So when jiva is there, prana is there. When prana is there, transformation of the food and water in the rasa is there. And then life is there, then nourishment is there. So that's the whole krama. So how do you say that you require prana for eating? Says, tat apanena ajigrukshata in the Aitareya Upanishad. So the God created all these devatas and asked the devatas, now you take your respective places. So whole this upadhi is created, all sense organs are created. Devatas are asked to now take your places. And therefore, Agni Vag Bhutva Mukham Pravishad. Agni Devata became speech and entered the mouth. Surya Devata became the Chakshu, entered the eyes, etc. All Devatas now entered the places. They say, now give us food. Now we are here, we are hungry, give us food. And therefore, God then, Ishvara, from that water 5 elements, made a lump and made food. As soon as food was alive, it started running away because it doesn't want to be eaten. We think that, that the vegetables don't want to be consumed by you. Food also doesn't want to be eaten, so food started running away. So I have to catch it. So then this being started to catch it with speech. Hey food, come. Did not come. So could not catch it with speech. If he was able to catch with speech, then today all that would have been necessary is to say food and you would be satisfied. No, it doesn't happen. He tried to catch with eyes, looking at the food. Food did not come. Had it come, then mere looking at the food would be enough. Thus, one by one, different organs were applied. Only when apana, I tried to catch with apana, tat avayata, it was able to catch, the food was caught by apana vayu. What is apana? The in-breathing, the breath that goes in. So that's how you eat the food. Says annasya graha. So this is a devourer. Apana is a graha, devourer of food. Iti shrutehe apana vritmat prana. So not that. So prana of it, apana is one of the vrittis. So mukhya prana is these 5 vrittis, apana is one of them. Apana vrittivat prana yuktasya ashitratvam. So only jiva who possesses prana, including apana, alone can eat, but you can't even eat. And then what is eaten? When prana is there, that eaten gets transformed into rasa. And that's how it sustains and nourishes the body. Then says, Vardayat Rasarupena Bhashaka says, so Rasarupena Vardayat Sambandha, that nourishes the tree as the child or as the rasa. Or this trigger Rasarupena Tadrupena Vidyamanam. So Rasarupena Vidyamanam Jivasya Sadbhava Lingam Bhavati. Rashitam Pitam, all eat food and water. Obtaining the body as a rasa becomes the evidence of the presence of jiva in the body. Again, Anandagiri says, Vruksha sharire jivasya sattvepi kimiti asau kadachit tadiyam ekam shakham jahati. Iti. Alright, Vruksha Sarire Jivasya Sattvepi. So this way Bhashyakara established that there is Jivatma in the tree. When you see the sap flowing out of the tree, that's evidence that there is Jivatma in this tree. Alright? So Vruksha Sarire Jivasya Sattvepi. In that manner now it is established that in the Vruksha Sharira body of the tree, there is a Jiva. Kvidaso kadachit tadiyam ekam shakham jahati. Then why? How come that sometime this jiva only withdraws from one branch, not the whole tree? How come? All these Bhashyakara should explain, because the passage says that ekam shakham jivo jahati. So how does jiva give one shakha? Or the Abhinava Narayana Nandra ji says, Rasadvara Ashirapitayoho Jivalingatva Muktva Sakshadapyaha. That the tree eats and drinks itself is an evidence of the jiva being there, but then sakshat, directly also, there is an evidence that the jiva is in the tree. Ashida tishtati should not be, Ashida pita abhyam it should be, Ashida iti, I think, the tishtati should not be there, Ashita iti. So Bhashyakara says, Ashida pita abhyam he dehe जीवस्तिष्ठति ते च अशितपीते जीवकर्मानुसारिणे इति. अशितपीताभ्याम ही देहे जीव तिष्ठति. Okay, that the jiva obtains in the body through the food and water. Meaning that jiva requires something to stay in the body. If you stop supplying water and food to the tree, then there will be no rasa, there will be no, then therefore the jiva needs to be nourished. rasa rupena vardhayat. If the tree is not nourished and then jiva is not nourished, then the jiva will also depart. So for the jiva to remain in the tree, the food and drink, all that is necessary. Now, how long will it eat and drink? Tech ashita pite jiva karma anusaranite. So that also depends upon the karma of the jivatma. The poor jiva may not get any food and water. There may be drought, dushkala. May not get anything, then also they dry up. Or some big storm may come and then it may just be uprooted. So how long does the tree keep standing? How long does the tree get water and drink, water and food? Jiva karma anusarani. It is in accordance with the karma of the jiva who is residing in the tree. Jiva karma anusarini iti. You may notice that the sandhi is not done jiva karma anusarini iti. It should be really. But anusarini iti. Why is it so? Because jiva karma anusarini is dual, dvitiya. So when a dual form ends with it ud et, dvivachanam, then dvivachanam ends with e, u or a, then it's called pragruhyam. It is an exception that the sandhi does not take place. So jiva karma anusarini is dual, ending with e. Therefore, even if there is a vowel after that, the sandhi does not take place. So you'll find this, that after dual very often the sandhi is not there, even if the swara or the vowel is there. Okay. So tech ashitapite jiva karma anusaranete. The food and drink are in keeping with the karma of the jiva. Alright, then what? Tasya ekanga vaikalya nimittam karma yada upasthitam bhavate tada jivaha ekam shakham jahate shakhayaha atmanam upasamharate. That even different branches are getting their rasa is also due to the karma. Whatever happens due to the karma of the jivatma. For example, in the human body also, the food and drink all are due to karma. That you get food and you can drink what is due to your karma. Annavan. That you can digest them is further karma. Annahado bhavati. And that all the limbs of the body, they are nourished because that is how the karma is. Suppose one limb also, so you run out of the karma for nourishing a certain limb, then the limb may be amputated. You find, it dries up. Because of some diseases also, a limb just dries up and has to be amputated because the karma required for nourishing that limb is not there. Therefore, the presence of jiva in that limb was due to karma. When that karma is exhausted, the jiva withdraws from that limb and the limb dries up. Similarly, presence of jiva in a given branch also is due to karma. And so that the branch continues to get nourished by rasa, which is the transformation of the food and water brought about by prana. When that karma gets exhausted, tats ekanga vaikalya nimittam karma yada upasthitam bhavati, or another karma comes into picture. Either the karma required for sustaining the limb is not there, or another karma for destroying that limb comes. Karma can come. Some karma may have been performed in the past, which will be the very obstacle to the sustenance of a limb. Then the person can lose a limb in an accident, anything like that can happen. or a disease, etc. So, ekanga vaikalya nimittam, vaikalya, deformation, withering. That the karma for withering away of one limb, that karma becomes active. Yada upasthidam bhavati tada jiva ekam shakham jahati. That time the jiva departs from one branch. He discards one branch. Meaning what? That ekam shakham jahati is Shruti. Shakhaya atmanam upasamhati. Meaning the jiva withdraws himself from that particular shakha. It is pervading the entire tree from that shakha. When the karma is no more there for jiva to remain in that shakha, the jiva withdraws itself from that shakha or the branch. Atha tadasa shushyate. Then that branch gets dried up. So, ashita ashitishthati iti anumiyate ityartha iti sheshaha. Where is that? So, jiva tishtati iti anumiyate. Ashita pitabhyam hi de jiva tishtati iti anumiyate. It looks like iti sheshaha. Tatra hetumaha techaha. And what's the reason why you do the anumana? That the ashita pitabhyam dehe jivas, that the jiva remains in the body because of food and drink. How do you infer that? Techa ashita pite jiva karma anusaraneti. Says tayoho jiva karma anusaritvat jiva bhave ta anupatte tal lingatvam ityartha. That food and drink is due to, so it is karma of the jiva because of the food and drink comes. If a karma is not there, you can't eat and drink, So food can be there, but you still cannot eat if the karma is not there, That's what happens. Tayo jiva karma anusaritvad. The eating and drinking is in keeping with the karma or the action of the jiva. Jiva bhave tayo anupatte. If jiva is not there, karma cannot be there. So that where karma is there, he is eating and drinking means karma is there, so jiva is there. Iti. Jiva dehe annadi sannidhanepi kadachit ashanapana abhavad. Jiva, sometimes we are alive. Annadi sannidhanepi. The food and everything is just around us. Kadach asanapana abhava, then you are not able to eat and drink. All you can drink is buttermilk. All you can eat is rice, that's all. Steamed rice, nothing else. Everything is around. You cannot eat and drink. The karma is not there. Asanapana abhavat tayo tat karma adhinatva siddhi. See, karma can do anything to you. He'll give you some ideas. Go to this fellow, he'll recommend some diet to you, and that's how you will stop eating other things. That's what it is. Karma does everything. So, what's the reason why you went to a particular physician? Because your karma. You say that this physician told me not to eat this and eat that. That's okay. But then, why do you go there? Your karma takes you there. And your karma makes that fellow tell you this. Because different physicians will diagnose you differently. This person diagnosed in some way. Somebody says, Swamiji, you have the predominance of kapha. Somebody says pitta. So different people have different kind of diagnosis. So somebody says something else and that was, don't drink now for 1 week, no food for you, Your karma. So that's how food and drink also can be, is only due to your karma. When karma is not there, no food is there, no drink is there. So anna sannidhanepi, annadi sannidhanepi, kadachit ashanapana abhavat. Oh, you're fasting, your karma tells you to fast. Today is Ekadashi, Swamiji. Oh, so much. Oh, today is Pradosham, today is Thursday and Monday and this and that, and so no food. Okay? Tayoho tat karma adhinatva siddhihi. So it is established, thereby we can prove that eating and drinking is because of the karma. The karma is there when jiva is there. When jiva is there, karma is there. When karma is there, eating and drinking is there. Then eating and drinking is there, rasa is there. Rasa is there, nourishment is there. Nourishment is there, life is there. Evam rasadilingena jivam prasadhya. So, by rasalinga, evidence of rasa etc., establish that jiva is there, rasa is there is the evidence of the presence of jiva in the prasadhya. Jivena atmana anuprabhuta iti upapadhya. That shows that this tree is very well pervaded by jivatma. Tasyada ekam ityadi vakyadam uktam upadayati. Then, if the jiva departs from one branch, the branch lies up tasya ityadina. We read that tasya ekanga vaikalya nimittam karmada upasthitam bhavati tada jiva ekam shakam jahati shaka atman upasamhati atha tada sasaka sushyati. If a karma presents itself, which will bring about the withering of one branch, then because of that karma, the jiva withdraws himself from that branch. As a consequence, that branch gets dried up. So Shruti said, Asyat ekam shakam jiva jahati athasa shushyati. This was to explain, Bhashyakara gave such a long lecture. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कार चित्तानिनाहं न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायुः न वा सप्तधातुर्न वा पञ्चकोशः न वा पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायु चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञः अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न मे मृत्युशङ्का न मे जातिभेदः पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्यः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपः विभुर्व्याप्य सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां सदा मे समत्वं न मुक्तिर्न बन्धः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम्